Hi guys, welcome to today's trade of the day. And for the pair that we'll be looking at today will be the dollar CAD, right? So I just noticed that there's some sort of quite a pretty nice configuration here on the dollar CAD. That's why I decided to look at it. Normally I start off with the monthly, work my way down to the weekly, daily, and then fine tune the levels in the 4 hour and possibly even the 1 hour. However, what I want, why I'm starting with the daily is because recently across the boards, markets on the longer time frame sort of mix sideways movements, right? So it's a bit hard to tell what the markets might do next on the longer time frame. That's why we start off with the daily and we try to look at things from a shorter term time frame perspective. So as with all time frames, what we try to do is look for the supports and resistances levels. Now, on the daily, what I want to do is really to just focus on this area. While everything in technical analysis in the past is relevant, however, it is the current prices that determines whether prices will go up or down. Right, so we just want to focus on this area alone. Now, let me just zoom in. Now we can see here a very clear graphical support is this level here. All right. Price has sort of, let me just change the color to green. Okay, and let's call this the daily support. Now price has sort of made a push down, small reaction and came back down and seemed to be pushing up, right? If price breaks this level here, if price goes above, okay, what essentially means is that this is a double bottom. But for now, what we're seeing is a possible double bottom, right? So we have a daily support here. And we also see that price sort of made this, started from here, the movement made a push up. So we just want to see, now graphical levels are the strongest, but we want to see whether this daily support falls in line with any Fibonacci levels. So let's do the retracement. And we see that this daily support level falls quite close to the 50% level. All right, so that is quite nice because now we have Fibonacci levels to back this up as well. Okay, and for graphical resistance, okay, I have a level here where price actually tested once and twice. Okay, so we can call this the daily resistance. So we have this here, the daily resistance. All right. Also, we see that price made sort of a bounce movement. So it's sort of a zigzag. We can use Fibonacci extension to see whether the daily resistance falls in line with any Fibonacci levels. And of course, it falls right on the 100%, which is a very key Fibonacci extension level, right? So we can safely say that for the last few days, price has sort of been in a sideways motion and may continue to be. All right, but let's go down to the 4 hours. Okay, let me just zoom in so it's easier to see. All right, so we have the 4 hour chart here, and let me just tidy this up for you guys. Okay, now we see that price has made sort of a push down and then a retracement, and it seems to be going down again, right? This is one zigzag. We can use an extension to find out where prices may go. Secondly, this seems like sort of a push down, right? And price came, reacted off this level and came down. So what we want to do on the 4 hours is also to find resistance and support levels. And graphically, we have a resistance here. Okay, so we can call this the 4 hour resistance. Just to confirm that this recent swing high is a strong 4 hour resistance, let's take a retracement from the swing high all the way down to the swing low and open up all Fibonacci ratios. And we see that this 4 hour resistance is actually quite close to the 76.4. All right, it's quite close to the 76.4 level, but I will not show this Fibonacci retracement for now because price has already made its retracement and is going lower, right? So graphically speaking, the 4 hour resistance here is a strong one. Next, we see that prices made a push up and it already retraced at it already reacted at a 4-hour resistance and is coming back down. So we want to see how far prices can go down. We can do a retracement. All right, we can do one retracement. And as mentioned earlier, the zigzag, we can use Fibonacci extension. Okay, so for the extension, let's open up all Fibonacci ratios. And we see that the next level to look out for is really the 50% and the 38 extension, the 50% retracement and 38% extension. All right, that's a nice level to look at because price sort of reacted at this level. If we were to extend the Fibonacci ratios all the way back, price reacted at this level and again at this level and close to this level. So this seems like a strong 4-hour graphical support. So let me just highlight that level. I want to highlight the 38. Okay, so we have the 38 extension. And of course, this we have the 50% retracement. Right, so it's a strong level. Okay, if I were to put it all the way behind, drag it all the way back, you can see clearly that price reacted here. Right, price reacted here again. Price broke below, came back and tested this area before continuing back down. Came up, tested this area and continued pushing upwards. Right, so this is a strong support level. So let's call this the 4-hour support. Okay, so what we see here is that price could very well, okay, because on the daily we say that price is sort of in a sideways motion. So price may push down to the 4-hour and then come back up to the 4-hour resistance and continue upwards to the daily. Otherwise, if price were to break below the 4 hours, it may come back to test it and go all the way down to the daily support, right? So we're in sort of a very precarious situation here and it's not exactly very clear. So let's go down to the 1 hour. Okay, now we are in a 1 hour, all right? And let me just tidy this up for you guys. Okay, and all the Fibonacci ratios, let me just tidy it up as well. It's easier for you guys to see. Okay, so what we have here is the 1 hour, right? It seems like price has been in a short-term downtrend, short-term push, okay, and we are actually approaching this level here at the 4 hour. All right, and what I would actually do is I would actually look at indicators, right? So I'll just pull out indicators. I'll pull out moving average, exponential, and I also look at stochastics. So exponential, normally I like to take a number of 21. Okay, and we see that the 21 moving average holds quite nicely when prices are downward trending, and the 21 moving average holds quite nicely when prices are trending upwards. So now that price has broken below, we can expect price to hold nicely below the 21 as well. However, one more thing to note is that stochastics, let me just tidy this so it's easier to see, is that stochastic seems to be approaching sort of a support level, right? We have intermediate support here, right? When price tested this level, stochastics was at this low and price reacted. Similarly, when stochastics was holding at this area, this entire area, we see that price, yes, it drifted lower. However, there came a very strong upwards push. So now stochastics is once more approaching this intermediate support level, right? The support on stochastics. So price may very well drift lower, hold at the 4 hour, move sideways before going up. Like I said, on the daily, prices are essentially sideways, right? So I would actually look out for this 4 hour support very strongly. this 4 hour support will be a very clear level for me. It's a very important level. So I will just give you 3 exclamation marks to show that this is a very key level for me, right? Should price break below the 4 hour support, I would immediately go short and play all the way down to the recent low. Okay. And if price were to react, the moment price comes to the 4 hour support and tests the 4 hour support, there's a slight rejection and a close above. The moment the candle tests and close above, I would immediately go long. All right. So these are the 2 plays that we have for the dollar CAD. Very, very key level to look out for is really the 1.400 level, this 4 hour support that we are watching. Okay, so once again, let's watch this level closely. Right now, my current preference is, because the indicators are really giving mixed signals and we know that these are lagging indicators, all right, I would not put so much faith on the indicators for now. I will actually play a bullish move, right? Because price is approaching the 4 hour support, it might bounce higher. Further, on the daily, we are actually in a sideways market. So if I were to go back to the daily and just show you guys the daily, all right, recall that ultimately price already formed 2 double bottom. Price already formed impending double bottom, and we should expect price to come up to test the daily resistance one more time, right? Because it continues from the previous momentum. Okay, so I'm just following the bigger time frame to tell us what we see on the shorter time frame. Okay, so that's me going back to the 1 hour charts to just give you guys the level once again. All right, but having said that, this 1.40 level is a very important level. Okay, please watch out for it. The moment there's a break and close below this level, I would immediately say my bullish idea is invalidated and play a short all the way down to the daily support. You just got to be patient. So that's it for the trade of the day, guys. A nice pair that a lot of people like to look at, yet at this period, very complicated. I hope this provides some sort of clarity. All right, so be patient, and I'll see you guys the next day. Thank you.